Hi, my name is Gabby Jones, and I did the objectification of women in advertising. So a little background, a little summary. To objectify someone is to treat someone as an object rather than a person. Women have often been portrayed as sex objects in advertisements. Women are seen as submissive in advertisements, and this in turn has a direct effect on men, women, and children. Women have begun to take a stand against these portrayals, and they've begun challenging these types of ads. So, what must be done? We must begin enforcing stricter policies regarding ads featuring women, and not letting the portrayal of women be consistently overly sexualized and incorrect. So on the right, I gave a couple of examples. The top right is one with Katy Perry with Pop Chips. It's not overly sexualized, she's not naked, but nothing fake about him that is a little sexual. To the left is American Apparel, which often has very controversial ads. This one, now open, the girl looks very young, she's pretty naked, very overly sexualized. And then the ad from the bottom is from around the 1970s, and again, it's a cigarette ad, yet we see the woman half naked and blowing in her face and she'll follow you anywhere. Very sexualized campaign. As far as ad state, women have been sexualized in ads. Blatantly sexist ads have been deemed by society as acceptable, as we saw in this slide. As years have progressed, so have the outlandishness and sexualized portrayals. If women are portrayed as sexual objects, they will be treated or feel as such. Children are highly susceptible in advertisements. Studies have shown that in line with our expectation, adolescent exposures to sexual media content was linked with stronger beliefs that women are sexual objects. Advertisement helps create a climate in which certain attitudes and values flourish, such as the attitudes that women are valuable only as objects. Internet advertising appears to show a considerable degree of females in traditional and submissive roles. So in all three of these different research studies, they found that women were being portrayed as sexual objects in advertisements, and thus people were viewing women as sexual objects. So as far as current guidelines go, there's the Federal Trade Commission, which is to prevent business practices that are anti-competitive or deceptive or unfair to consumers. There's the American Association of Advertising Agencies, which basically their motto is to represent U.S. advertising agencies and to really have media transparency throughout all of that. And then there's the PRSSA Code of Ethics: advocacy, honesty, expertise, independence, loyalty, and fairness. So all these together don't have exact regulations and rules against sexualized content, but what they are trying to do is have, like the PRSSA Code of Ethics, honesty, transparency, advocacy, etc. So right now there actually is an ad campaign for overtly sexualized ads, and it's called Women Not Objects. So if you'll see on their page, it's very striking, and what they basically are trying to get out there is that women are shown as objects in advertising campaigns, and they're not. So if you see, like I had some of the pictures, these are even worse than some of the ads I included. Very sexual, very outlandish, very aggressive. So some solutions. Although men can be helpful in ratifying these advertisements, it's truly up to women to change the standard. And I believe that change must happen within, beginning with advertising firms. And the sexualization of women should not be allowed, period. There should be positive campaigns only. All these campaigns that we saw in Women Not Objects are not positive at all, for women and men too. Rules regarding nudity should be increased and enforced, especially in public places. In a few of the research studies that I talked about earlier, especially with children, they saw these ad campaigns in very public places, and it's hard to prevent them from seeing it because they're on billboards, they're in magazines. And when they see those ads, they believe it's true. Advertising agencies should follow the rule when releasing a potentially sexualized ad. Would I want my daughter to see this? Fairness should be given to women. They should be allowed the chance to be seen as humans and not objects. So I added a few ads at the bottom that were positive, that were good. I am your future president, a very respectable perfume ad in the middle, strong, beautiful you on the left. On the one on the left is a lingerie company, yet we don't see a super skinny, basically naked woman. So for my own campaign, I thought it would be cool to team up with Women Not Objects for a #MyDaughter campaign, because I believe that the solution begins with mass awareness. I never heard of Women Not Objects before. I think it's an awesome thing, but I had never heard of it before. So I think it would be cool to feature prominent fathers and daughters that are asking for a change in advertisements. And this will bring to light the issues with well-known faces and names. My example of an advertisement would be with Barack Obama, and he's saying, my daughter is beautiful, kind, and most importantly smart. She deserves to be treated that way. And it shows a picture of him with his daughter. Like I said, I think that beginning with mass awareness will get the conversation started and people starting to want to make a change. In conclusion, it's our job as the future of this profession to change the way women are portrayed. Women have been continuously misrepresented and objectified, and there's been no real change in the past 100 years in advertisements in women. If anything, they've gotten worse. Resorting to sex sales is an easy way out for advertising companies, and I honestly think that it's our job to start thinking of new creative tactics. Create mass campaigns to share the reasons why the standards needs to be changed, and women honestly deserve the chance to be treated fairly and respectively and be shown in a positive light. Children should learn through positive advertisements, not negative, and advertisements should accurately portray, not abuse stereotypes. Thank you for watching.